So moving on to the second module, and this is where it just gets a little bit more tricky, and let's have a look at how search engines work. So let's start by having a look at the 5 key areas involved in how search engines work. And that's number 1, crawl, number 2, cache, number 3, retrieve, and number 4, rank, number 5, SERP. So those words don't necessarily mean much to you at this stage, but let's look into them at a little bit more depth. So number 1, crawl. That is, first of all, when a search engine robot crawls through your site and discovers your web pages. So why do they visit your site? Well, your site is probably linked to from another site or perhaps mentioned somewhere socially online, just some kind of way of a search engine discovering your site to begin with. So once they've discovered your site, they'll crawl through your site and see what pages, if any, that it wants to actually rank or actually store within their web servers. And that takes us on to cache. Cache is about storing your web pages on their servers. So Google will come along and take a copy of your web page and actually store it on their servers. So it's a simplified copy of a web page, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail in a little bit. But then after that, when someone conducts a search, they'll want to retrieve the information. So you've got maybe thousands potentially of web pages that could be relevant to a particular query, and retrieving the information is what search engines do when that query is entered into Google. So after that, they'll pass that information through their algorithm, and there's actually over 200 elements within their complicated algorithm that they use to decide whether or not one page should be number 1 and one page should be number 1,000 or 1 to 100, whatever it is, wherever your web page is deemed to be in terms of that particular search result. And then they'll display the listings. So they'll display the listings on a SERP rather, a search engine results page. And that's what SERP stands for. So those are the 5 key areas in how search engines work. And over the next couple of videos, we'll go into them in a little bit more detail.